एक बार हेलो हेलो कर लीजिए।
हाँ बारिक सर।
यस मैडम।
हाँ मैडम।
सर ठीक है, आवाज ठीक है सर?
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट
परफेक्ट परफेक्ट।
ओके सर।
वी आर लाइव ऑन यूट्यूब मैम, हम स्क्रीन शेयर कर रहे हैं।
यस सर। डॉक्टर पल्लवी इज आल्सो सिटिंग बिसाइड मी सर।
सबको म्यूट कर लीजिए मैम, सबको म्यूट कर लीजिए काइंडली।
यस सर। So she is also there.
Can you allow me? अली एक मैं
Yes, Dr. Shweta, what is the delay?
Sir, we'll start, sir. We were just waiting for the participants to join.
No, no.
Madam, you start. I think all the participants have joined. You start, madam.
Okay, okay. Yes, sir. Respected Vice Chancellor, Professor O.R.S. Rao, sir. Registrar, Professor Arvind Kumar, sir. Our guest, Mr. Siddharth Kankaria, the Director, Price, the Director of Price Waterhouse Coopers Private Limited. Mr. Kumar Gaurav PMP, the Industrial Cybersecurity Consultant, SEPCO 3, International Consultancy, Dubai, UAE. Dr. Hari Haran, the Adjunct Professor from ICFA University, Jharkhand, Dr. Satyendra Kishore, sir, the Adjunct Professor from IUJ, and Subir, sir, the Adjunct Professor from IUJ, Dr. B. Barik, sir, the Dean, Assistant Dean, IUJ, HODs from the different departments, the participants from the abroad as well as all across India, the paper presenters, scholars, students. A very good afternoon to everyone, and it gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all to the valedictory function of the International Conference on Digital Transformation for Sustainable Business Performance. The conference that started yesterday, it was a 2 days conference. So we had 2 technical sessions yesterday and 2 we had today, and now it is the valedictory function, and it is a real delight for us to have you all with us for this valedictory function. And we should thank the Almighty, the God, who has given us this great opportunity to be together for this wonderful international conference. So we will have the virtual lighting of lamp and a small Vandana song as a tribute to the Almighty, who has helped us in successfully contributing, and successfully we have completed this international conference with the active participation of all the participants.
या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना.
So that there was a small devotional Vandana song from our side, a prayer song to the Almighty Ma Saraswati for helping us out for successfully carrying out this conference. Now I invite our Assistant Dean, Dr. Bhagwat Barik, sir, for summing up the proceedings of the conference and for making the recommendations and showing us the way forward. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shweta. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor O.R.S. Rao, ICFA University, Jharkhand. Respected dignitaries throughout the world, from India and abroad. We have the distinguished academicians from throughout the world, students, faculty members, industry practitioners, and all these advisory boards of the different organizations and constitutions. This 2 days conference was started with an objective of to give a highlight of the digital transformations in various parts of India and also world. We had 4 technical sessions. The first technical session that started was on the digital transformation in marketing, where we got 13 papers, and all these papers presenters they have presented. The major discussion that was found in case of this session was that there was a change in the digital ideology and the business models because of this COVID-19. Also, it is found that there are many factors that has come because of this COVID-19, and also that has affected to the online purchase business. So most of the online industry that has come after this COVID-19 that has gained a different prospects. In another paper, the paper presenter has highlighted the importance of the neuromarketing to influence the consumers, which has come a new dynamic. In one of the papers that is focused on the artificial intelligence And this artificial intelligence has given a boon to the marketer, and there is an ability and the process need to be reoriented because of this neuromarketing and artificial intelligence. Also, in another paper, the paper presenter has given the focus on the industry 4.0, which is giving an impetus to the data license. So in total, this session was very good. And at this session, we conclude that yes, digitalization has come and there are many new technologies, new areas like neuromarketing, artificial intelligence has to be focused to stimulate in the traditional marketing situations. The technical session 2, which started in the day 1, and it was started with a good number. There are 7 papers we got, and all these papers presenters they have presented out of the 14 papers that we have received. Here, the paper presenters were based on this HR area. All these paper presenters, they have focused on one thing, that there is a change in the performance management system in the coal mining industry, because the mining industry has found from the India and especially in the state of our university where we are operating has been going a dramatical changes after this technological interventions. The paper presenter also have emphasized that more number of women workers, I mean the managers, the workers that are entering into the industry. So there is a need to think that how the digitalization can give security, perspective, and work-life balance to the women workers. In one of this paper presenter, he has cited it and emphasized that there is a need to given the plastic money. That means the monetary transaction is not today the physical money or the rupees that is coming on. So there is a shift for the traditional paper-based to the plastic money that is coming on. One of these paper presenter, he is more concerned and he has very given his views that digitalization has changed the Indian HR industry and the process. There is a need to reorientate the HR policies and the process. Basically, in the logistic industry, because the logistic industry is a sun-rising industry, which is coming in case of the India and throughout the world. In one of the sessions also, the paper presenter has given that there is a shift in the consumer satisfaction and the consumer buying behavior. So both are in changing. Initially, we had a different prospects before the digitalization. Now the two prospects are changing, and it is very difficult to find out the reasons of change and the direction of change. So on the one hand, there is satisfaction, and the other hand is the buying behavior. So this paper, this session was very good, and all this paper presenter has given a very good idea that there is no boundary when it comes to the digital transformation, but the HR prospects and the HR orientation has to be think of, and it is the part of the corporates. They have to think how their HR policies and processes to be reoriented. So most of the HR practitioners and the students, academicians, they have given their views that there is a need to go for a digital HR strategy instead of for a traditional HR policy that are policy. In the technical session 3, which was basically on the transformation in case of the finance area, here we got very good number of papers, and the paper presenters were very highly intellectual people from Indian Institute of Management Raipur, Indian Institute of Management Ranchi. We got the good paper presenter, and we are happy to announce in this platform that this professor from Indian Institute of Management Ranchi has presented 2 papers on this particular occasions and given a very dramatical views on this particular digital transformations, citing various type of strategies on cultural and other type of critics that is coming to the digital transformations. In these sessions, the people have highlighted on the e-wallet that is coming and the various types of online transaction that is happening in India. I think people from Nigeria and people from other countries who have been joined with us, they might be aware that India is going to be very fast in digital acceptance and digital in business. In this paper presenter or in this particular session, people from the healthcare industry, they have shown their concern. I mean, they are very much worried that how the digital transformation would help them to give a better healthcare process. Of course, from the inaugural session, Dr. M.B.K. Sharma, a renowned, you can say the healthcare industry, has given his views also. And all these paper presenters that have given, they are also in this same line and the strategy. In this paper presenter session also, the mobile payment has gained a very great importance. If you see the changes that has happened in Indian industry throughout the world, the payment through the mobile has been a dramatical changes. So this technical session was very good, and all these people have appreciated that, yes, we are really in the digital stage, but there are certain processes, there are certain modalities, strategies, and tactics to be thought of with respect to the different business. In the technical session 4, which was basically interdisciplinary nature, where we got papers from entrepreneurships and other areas, couple of things that has come in these technical sessions, and it has come with the new ideas that there is a new type of feedback. Initially, I was thinking that feedback is a feedback, but here the situation has come that there is a new type of feedback that has come because of the digitalizations. There is a shift in technology. So both the feedback and technology, there has to be find out a synergy, and a lot of research is required on that situation. As we know that entrepreneurship is an area where it is very complex, complicated. We need a lot of things to do in the entrepreneurship. Nonetheless, the researchers have agreed that artificial intelligence has changed the entrepreneurships, and there is also a change in the leadership. Leaders in the top and leaders in the bottom, they must synergize and understand what might affect to my business because of the digitalizations. It is not the leaders, it is not the workers, but the entire business has to be changed with this appropriate business models. So from the 4 technical sessions, I summarize on behalf of this particular conference. Digital transformations has been realized in all major areas of the business: finance, marketing, HR, and interdisciplinary, where there is no question and there is no ambiguity among all the paper presenters that it is changed, and it is going to be changed in a dramatical way. COVID has given an impetus. I can say it is accelerator to the digital transformations. No doubt people have expressed. The companies must redesign their human resource policies and the marketing tools and strategies, because the consumer perspective has changed, the buying behavior has changed. And finally, the digital HR strategy has to be focused so that both the employees and companies' interest can be ensured and company can go on in a final way. I hope our university, along with all the academicians throughout the world, has given a beautiful fruit to the entire world with the eminent academicians from the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Barik sir, for summing up the proceedings of the international conference. And now I request our Vice Chancellor, Professor Valedictory Rao sir, to please address the gathering. Sir has been very supportive and very motivating to all of us for the entire conference. So, sir, I request you to please address all of us. Please, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sweta. Mr. Siddharth Kankaria, Director from the PricewaterhouseCoopers Private Limited. Mr. Kumar Gaurav, PMP, Industrial Cybersecurity Consultant from SIPCOM International Consultancy. Dr. Ale Perzashkevich. I'm sorry, I think it was maybe still my pronunciation may not be right. He has been so passionate and committed that he asked me, like, when is your concluding session? I will participate. So I think that shows the kind of, the commitment and the sincerity and seriousness of, our participants, not only from India, but also from abroad. Then we have got the various participants from both industry and academia and students and researchers that participated. It includes our own senior faculty members and Dr. Hariharan, Dr. Kishore, Dr. Subhi Chattopadhyay, Dr. Barik. Then we've got Dr. Suzanne, a lot of them I can keep on sort of mentioning. And we are so delighted that the participation has been, much beyond our expectations. Because not only from the geographies, because not only from Jharkhand, but also from the entire country, we have seen participation. From across the world, we have seen a lot of participation on this. And also from various sectors, starting with academia, researchers, industry professionals, practicing professionals. Then we've got policy kind of makers, and a whole range of them coming from various industries coming and participating. I should say that with my experience, it is unprecedented, unparalleled into that. Normally, what used to find was the interest used to be sectoral. We had, one conference focused on the agriculture. That time purely it was only people that are coming from the agriculture and policymakers. But here what we have seen is, it looks like, it is a very secular. Everybody is interested in the digital transformation, and everybody is sort of, aspiring to get benefited into that. That is some area, an area where, we are very thrilled to see the level of participation that is there. The purpose of this kind of a conference is, is to pull together the kind of intellectual capital of, the people from all over the world, and extract certain things out of that, and see as to what are the lessons what we learned, and also having, some kind of, path for a future kind of a path on how to move forward into that. As far as I'm concerned, personally, like in fact, my takeaways from today's conference are, three. The first thing is, for quite some time, the digital transformation looked like a fad. It's a fancy. We talk about it because everybody talks about it. But now the digital transformation is entering the second orbit. That is the orbit of reality, not just a fad, not a fancy, not just a talking point, but a doing point. It's something real. And this is an area where there's a more and more realization that, on how the technology is impacting the business, and how the technology impact, or the digital transformation can bring in more operational efficiency. And yesterday and today we have seen that, apart from the operational efficiency, now every business is centered around a customer. Earlier we used to talk of a customer satisfaction. Now we talk of a customer experience and a customer experience management. Sort of this is an area where we see that digital transformation is making an impact, and real impact into that. And ultimately, when the operational efficiency goes up, when the customer experience management goes up, naturally more business will come, more profit will come. And I think, that is where I think we can see very clearly what is the impact of the digital transformation. Not only that, we have seen that it also helps in getting a sustainable kind of improvement in the performance, not just as a one time, but also on an ongoing basis. Then the second takeaway, as far as I'm concerned, is digital transformation is all pervading. It's not limited to a sector, not limited to a function. We can see that all industries, whether it is, manufacturing industries, whether service industries like a banking, financial services, or for that matter, education and healthcare, they are all party to that. Similarly, like all functions, be it, HR, finance, marketing, or more importantly, strategy kind of a function, yes, it gets impacted by the digital transformation. And the third takeaway, as far as I'm concerned, is digital transformation is not just technology. Because, when we were doing our MBA at that time, one of our professors used to say, people used to say business, leadership, big things into that. He used to say that ultimately the leadership is, a 10% inspiration and 90% perspiration. A lot of people think that, oh, it's all great things. He used to say that it's not that into that. Ultimately, he used to tell us, you got to work hard. All the ideas are there. Ideas will not get you business, it will not be successful. Similarly here, and a similar token, the digital transformation seems to be, a lot of technology is there, but ultimately if you got to make it work, it's a 10% technology and 90% is deployment through people. That is the leaders, managers, and all the employees everywhere to that. That's where it is essentially, it's a kind of a game of change management, changing the business processes, changing the mindset, changing the strategies. Everywhere we are talking of something like, it's all the change management, change into that. That is my third takeaway. Unless and otherwise, we look at digital transformation as kind of an exercise or a challenge in change management. If you look at it purely as a technology, it will not work. We have seen in the past, none of the technologies by themselves have worked, including ERP. Even in ERP also, I have seen that ultimately what matters is people in the change management. It's not the best of the technologies that matter into that. So these are the three takeaways as I see. I'm sure that I think every one of you may have many more takeaways like this, So that's where I think, this forum has helped us a lot, in understanding this process of digital transformation and on how to kind of take it forward in my own function, in my own role. I think if every one of us can relate it, I think, in my view, I think, that is the purpose of the seminar, is served. Not just, sort of submitting a paper, getting papers, published and presented. That is one part. A more important part of that is, in my own mindset, to get a better clarity and see on how I can see the digital transformation, applying to my own industry or, field, to my own role, where it applies and what is that I can do. That is where I feel that, I'm personally benefited from this, so much so all of you into that. In this process, I would like to thank, all of you that made it happen. If I have to read so many books, it would have taken so many months. But in 2 days' time, we could get the intellect, essence of the intellect of so many of you, just with a capsule, we could get it, I think that's where I would like to thank all of you. And the organizers have done a wonderful job and bringing together so many people from across the country and the world and make it happen to that. So with these few words, over to Dr. Sweta Singh.
Thank you so much, Vice Chancellor, sir, for addressing all of us. And now I request our guest of honor, Mr. Siddharth Kankaria ji, the Director, Price Waterhouse Coopers Private Limited, to please address all of us. He has been working working as the into the social sector advisory. So I request Mr. Siddharth Kankaria ji to please address in this particular valedictory function. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, and respected VC sir, and my dear scholars and friends. So, the topic that has been given is extremely interesting. On one side, and I'll say that these are the currently the basically the drivers of the industry. So we have seen the start of the digital transformation in the last 5-7 years, where things have kind of evolved and changed drastically, as well as now the new topic on the ESG. So I'll just use a small presentation also to take you through it. Shweta ji, can you give me that access to share the screen?
Sir, you can share. Yeah, you can share. Siddharth, sir, you can share.
Yeah. I'm just sharing.
Yeah.
Window. Okay. So I hope you are able to see this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, thank you. So basically, let's begin with what digital transformation is, what the basic contours. Now we all know that how the industrial revolution has evolved, and in the first one where we look more about the mechanization and then the electrification. Today, as we are standing on the fourth IR, digitization is the key element under which the entire industry is now working. And irrespective of the sectors, whether it is aerospace or retail or pharmaceutical technology, all these sectors have been highly impacted, some to the highest extent and some to a lower extent. But then digitization is an aspect which all the businesses are now looking at. And as we move forward, and this we have already made our inlay into the fifth industrial revolution as well, with the advent of the AI, the big data, the machine learning, robotics, etc., blockchain as well. So these are the new things that are picking up, and there are new opportunities as well to kind of make into it. And just to give some examples, real life examples, what this technology would mean like, we just had one passage of COVID 2 years back. And in this kind of critical situation, it was technology which kind of helped us to come out of it. So be it, in terms of, monitoring the people, or be it in coming up with the fastest vaccine, or be it in, maintaining distance and, creating robo nurses for that. So technology has had contributed, and I'll say evolved technology and advanced technology has kind of contributed in all this areas. Now, let us also try to understand what ESG is and how we are looking both ESG and digital together, and why it is complementing to each other. So today, as a population, we are growing from around 7.7 billion to 9.7 billion in 2050. And what does it mean? That it means that the natural resources will be scarce, and we will have an issue in getting that if we are not kind of using it wisely, if we are not kind of preserving it well. So we are already seeing in issues related to climate change, biodiversity, water scarcity, etc. So basically, ESG is kind of a overarching thing, which is wanting to make the business function in a very, very responsible way. So there are three pillars to ESG, which is environment, social, and governance. In the under environment, it is primarily that how businesses can use the resources carefully, and can make the best kind of optimization. If we have machineries being run on electric power, then that is a good way of saving the environment. If in under the social side, we are talking about employee engagement, gender diversity. We are talking about what the social responsibilities of the organizations will be. Again, on the governance side, digital governance is also a big aspect, other than the usual board and audit and whistleblower policies, etc. So if we are looking at the digital perception on the transformation side, it is very high. And recently, a survey was being done, and all the business leaders, Fortune 500, when they were being asked that, how are they seeing the digital transformation, the whole thing was very, very positive. And different businesses had kind of expressed different kind of impacts on what new technologies can bring in, from AI to blockchain to augmented. But one thing was very clear, that everybody has accepted that, there is a strong digital disruption. There's a need for a strong digital transformation, and that is where the leaders are also now making the organizations move to. So there are a lot of benefits that come up with the digital transformation, be it in terms of engaging with the customers, or improved revenues, or optimization, or better employee satisfaction. But along with that, we also need to be very careful of what are the issues that come along with it. Just to give you an example, because now we have e-commerce, and I'll say e-commerce is yesterday. Today we are talking about quick commerce. Today, if we want to have a shampoo, we'll go into Blinkit and order that, and it will come in 10 minutes. So maybe we are kind of seeing a lot of fast forwardness in business, but then this is also leading to a lot of issues in terms of logistically last mile delivery, leading to kind of pollutions, etc., and all that. So we need to be very careful on how we are managing both the aspects. Because of digitization, because of AI, blockchain, etc., we are seeing chat GPT coming in, and with all advent of all these technologies, the job role will also change. So that will mean that a lot of people will kind of go out of job if they are not keeping themselves updated to the latest technology. So that will also and that is where ESG also comes in, because in the social factor we are talking about upskilling and reskilling of employees, right kind of engagement of employees. So both the things are quite linked to each other. Further, why ESG is so critical for us is also because that today we are trying to get into a 5 trillion economy. We are already there. Then we also have very, very ambitious schemes of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, etc. So while we want to have that those growth aspirations, there are a lot of challenges also along with it. Currently, we are on the bottom five of the 180 most polluted countries. So we have to kind of keep in a balance, and that is where the responsibility on the business also needs to come at. And digitization will, in a way, will solve a lot of issues. So depending on industry to industry, whether it is pharmaceuticals, it is into FMCG, we need to identify the areas where ESG can be adopted, and how digitization can help in the adoption of ESG. So these are some of the thoughts that I thought will be I would like to share with you and put it onto the forum. And I look forward to further questions and any suggestions on views presented.
Thank you so much, Siddharth sir. As Siddharth sir has already said, if any queries, any questions, any of the participants, if you are asking, he is open for that discussion.
I think in the interest of time, we can move forward, ma'am, and
Yeah.
questions can be put onto the chat box, and we'll
Yes.
respond back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So any questions, any queries that you are having, you can please put it into the chat box. And thank you so much, Siddharth sir. In a very short span of time, you have elaborated so much about the digitalization, sir. We will get back to you, sir, for having more sessions in which we can hear from you in a expanded view, sir. Thank you so much. Now I request our guest of honor, Mr. Kumar Gaurav PMP, the industrial cyber security consultant from SEPCO International Consultancy, Dubai, UAE. So I invite Kumar Gaurav sir to please address the gathering.
Thank you, Sweta ma'am. Thank you very much, and warm welcome to everyone. Respected VC sir, faculty members, professors, and all participants, I want to welcome you for this session. And thank you for giving me a chance to highlight my views for this digital transformation for sustainable business performance. It was a very good listening from all of you, especially from VC sir, Barik sir, and my scholar met Mr. Siddharth. I just have one thing to highlight here and to understand that how we are all taking up this. Whenever we are talking about digital transformation, of course, it means is a infrastructure is getting changed from a normal infrastructure to the IT infrastructure. So what we are thinking about to safeguard these things, like we are doing digital transformation, we will grow our business. How about the thefts? So we have to think about some measures also. Now, if you think about any business transformation, the four major considerations which we have to consider, that the process should be transformed, business model should be transformed, domain should be transformed, and the cultural organization digital transformation should be there. Like the whole office, whole employees, whole people who are associated with the technology or who are associated with the business, they have to transform. Now, if we remember maybe 10 or 20 years ago, if we think about, and I mean, if we remember the old all phases, that if the digital things will come, maybe we will lose our jobs, maybe productivity will be less. But in actual, this digital technology achieves sustainable development. How? By reducing cost. Costs are reduced, improving management efficiency and labor productivity also. We have seen in our industry. Now, if we talk about this technology implementation, like if you make a digital transformation for any organization, and we are not talking about any cyber attacks and its safeguards, then it is a failure of our planning. If you think about cyber security, what is cyber security nowadays? Now, the all equipment, all organizations, if you say about hospitals, schools, malls, supermarket, or any small business, even small kids are going to school, they're also related to the IT systems. If we don't protect them, if we don't protect the theft of this kind of IT system, it's a kind of failure of our planning. So in short, cybersecurity nowadays is driving our business very critically. All business objectives are dependent on business markets, which in turn rely on IT solutions and technologies. Protecting data and sensitive information is a business driver. There is a triad: confidential, integrity, and availability. These are the three triads for cybersecurity, and these are also related to the business, any business. So whenever we talk about any digital transformation, we always have to be very much aware about our thefts and safeguards, which we can achieve from cybersecurity. So that was my intention to introduce here, because we are talking about digital transformation, and this is also one part which should be is like a bread and butter. If bread is your digital transformation, butter is your cybersecurity that we have to think about. So this is all about my words today, and thank you very much for giving me time. If you have any specific more queries on my sayings, I'll be available always on chat or any further discussions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kumar Gaurav sir, for addressing. As has already been told by sir, that if you are having any queries, you can post it in the chat box. So thank you so much, sir. Within a short span of time, you have addressed all of us in a very beautiful way. Thanks a lot, sir. Now, as I was telling you that this international conference has received a lot number of papers from abroad as well as from all across over India, and the contribution for this was made by the students, the research scholars, the academicians, and as well as from the industry professionals. Now there was a criteria for deciding the best paper. So what are the different parameters that were used, or what was the different criteria that were used? I would request our professor, our adjunct professor, Dr. Hariharan sir, to please elaborate on the parameters and the criteria that were used for deciding for the award of the best paper. So I request Hariharan sir to please address all of us and please elaborate on the best paper award. Please, sir.
Very good afternoon to all of you. It's really a great pleasure to be there in this seminar international conference, and you always learn a lot once you go through the papers which are submitted for the presentation. And not only that, we have selected also paper out of some screening which we have decided, and then based on that, then presenters, they got a chance and opportunity to present their work which they have done it in this area of digital transformation and leading to the sustainable business performance. So our team decided that we should have some criteria to judge the paper. So we came out with the 5 criteria to decide the paper, and each criteria had equal weightage also, as well as the very first criteria was the suitability of the title itself. What happens many times once you read the paper, from the title you can make out what may be the content. I mean, your expectation depends upon the title, that's what content you are going to get. So how suitable was the title, and it is matching with the content given in the paper. That's the very first criteria. The second criteria was the your originality. I mean, have you given some original idea, some original thought over there, or just something given in literature and then just written copied over there? So originality has been given another point, dimension for your evaluation of the paper. Then the third is the contemporariness. Means which we have been talking these days. I mean, these are the issues which are very much being talked about, and we are trying to address all those issues. Not those issues we have been delivered much earlier in the past, and this thing. Past is just a learning, but what we are going to do in the future. So that aspect you have to look into, that is very contemporary. The paper we have given is a very contemporary for all of us to discuss about. And then the fourth criteria was the rigor of methodology. Well, that's very important. I mean, how systematically and scientifically you have put forth your point. What methodology you adopted to research that paper or to study the paper, and then how the outcome has derived out of it. And then only you can get confidence. Yes, it has been done very scientific and systematic manner, so it's well established. And the fifth and last one, which you have taken, the analysis. Okay, you may have a lot of data, information, facts, all those things, Some of them may be qualitative data, some paper had qualitative data, some paper had quantitative data also. So after having all this data and of course your literature survey also, after all, how we are going to analyze it and what inference you draw from there and how your conclusion is drawn from your analysis. So these are the 5 factors we have taken, and based on them, they have decided the best paper over there. So I will request Dr. Dr. Shweta Singh to proceed further to announce the best papers, and this thing request our BC sir.
Thank you so much, Hariharan sir, for explaining the participants how the criteria and what were the parameters for deciding the best paper. I will now request our Vice Chancellor, Professor O.R.S. Rao sir, to please announce the name of the awardees of the best papers.
Okay. So the best paper award, already I think technology has announced it already by itself. The best paper award, there are 2 best paper awards that we are giving. The one is for the students. For the category of the students, the best paper award goes to Jyoti Sri Atal from the MIT Business School, in the MIT University, Chhattisgarh. So if she there, Jyoti Sri, is she there? Yeah. Congratulations to you, Jyoti Sri.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Would you like to say something, what you have done and what are your feelings on this?
Yes, sir, absolutely. And first of all, I would like to thank SCSIA University for giving me such a great opportunity to present my paper and to understand my work, that I have done some work and work in the mining sector, which is very common in the Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand region, we can say. And I know that it has taken very much hard work and all that thing. And I would like to thank my ma'am also. That is my co-author, Reshma Shrivastava ma'am, who has constantly given me motivation that you can do it. Even if you're a student, you don't need anything. Even constant motivation is needed. And I want to thank my family member also, that they have for constantly motivating me. And thank you so much, sir, for making me, giving me this award.
Wonderful. No, congratulations to you again. You are the MBA student?
Yes, sir. Currently,
First year or second year?
Second year, sir.
Second year. Wonderful. Congratulations to you. It's a kind of a great performance, So definitely
it was a great
to you and your faculty and your team. All of you have worked on that. Great.
So much, sir. It was a great experience.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
So in the category 2, it is for the working people. For this, the award goes to the article from Dr. J. Daniel Imbaraj, assistant professor from the IIM Raipur, and the co-authored by Aruna Karthikeyan, assistant professor from Ishwari Engineering College, Chennai. So our hearty congratulations to Dr. Daniel Imbaraj and also Professor Aruna Karthikeyan.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Daniel,
you for the opportunity extended.
Yeah, would you like to say something, sir?
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you for the opportunity extended, sir. So probably I think we managed to submit the paper at the very last moment, very kind of Pallavi ma'am. So ma'am was following with us, or probably we asked for special permission to submit at the very last minute. We got the manuscript submitted for the conference. And we are very happy. And related to the work, probably majorly the work was done by Ms. Aruna Karthikeyan. So probably I have been supporting to her work only. So Aruna, you can share your thoughts.
No, and in fact, if they are not announcing, the title of the paper is an exploratory study of social platform and its impact on consumer buying psychology with reference to COVID-19 global pandemic. Yeah. So over to Professor Aruna Karthikeyan. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity given to us to present this paper. And I'm really honored to receive this award from ICFAI University. And first, I thank all the members who had motivated me, especially my guide and also my co-guide, Dr. J. Daniel Imbaraj, for giving me this opportunity. It is very much interesting to study about the consumer perception on the time of global pandemic. So it was very much, we thought it was very much useful if we can decide or predict how a consumer will think or decide in the time of pandemic situation. So thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much, Pallavi ma'am, for supporting us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. The hospitality was very great. So probably ma'am was very kind.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, yeah, over to Dr. Sweta Singh.
Thank you so much, sir, and many congratulations to all the awardees who have won the category, and also congratulations to all the participants also who have participated so eagerly and so enthusiastically in this particular conference. So any of the participants who want to share their feedback, they are most welcome to come up and speak. Any of the participants who want to share their feedback, please, you are free to speak.
Now, if you've got any issues of bandwidth and you would like to mention that in the chat box, that also you can do that, or maybe any Google form or whatever way that you want to give feedback, that's okay.
So I want to thank you all the faculty members and the college first of all, and for giving me such a great, we can say, the experience to present my topic and to understand my topic. And being a student is a very good opportunity, one in a lifetime opportunity, we can say, to present in front of all these awesome paper, and where you are. I will not be saying that I was competing with all the research scholars or the professors or the anyone, but it was a great experience to know that how much things have been improved by coming of the digitalization, and how it will be improving our ways in, we can say, in future. So thank you so much, sir, and all the staff and university.
Thank you so much, Jyotishri.
Thank you so much, Jyotishri.
Yeah. I think Dr. Mohammad Baktawar Ahmad, he wants to say something. Yes, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Mohammad Baktawar Ahmad from KK Modi University, Durg, Chhattisgarh. And first of all, I would like to congratulate ICFA University for organizing such a wonderful conference full of knowledge and learning. And I have listened to many researchers and professors here on emerging topics. Even my 13 students participated and presented their research paper in this esteemed conference. And especially, I would like to thank Dr. Pallavi, Dr. Jha, and Mr. Ramanna for their personal efforts. And I hope to attend more such conferences and events in the coming future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your
Sir, just to mention, Dr. Mohammad has motivated 13 students from the
university. That's great.
And all the 13 students have presented, sir, in this
wonderful. I think, I think
so
that's the kind of, the DT, I think that is the multiplier effect it will take, when once every one of us will take it on ourselves and, multiply. So that's great.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And if Dr. LA want to speak something,
Dr. LA, would you like to say something, sir?
Well, thank you first of all. Thank you for everything you have been done here, and for everything I was able to see, because for me it was a very good and interesting experience to see how India, the huge country, sees their situation with the digitalization and with the problems they meet with this, let's say, challenge of modern times. And thank you very much for the organizing such a good thing. And I hope it is the starting point to construct the bridge between us, the Belarusian side, and India, and between our universities. And I'm sure we have the good perspectives to do it. And of course, I would express the special thanks to the team who organized it technically, who made it available, and to reach the distant objects or distant auditory for me and for my colleagues from Africa. And I'm very glad to see the African colleagues in Indian conference. It's a really transcontinental thing. And again, my congratulations to the organizers. You have reached this success. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ale, and we look forward to working with you. Yeah.
Gabriela Udesi ma'am is also with us. Ma'am, if you want to say something.
Yes, I'm so delighted to be among you people. The collaboration is so wonderful. I like Indian people. I'm glad today, due to the same technology we are talking about, we are collaborating and we are talking, all because of technology. The topic is apt. I mean, the topic of the conference is apt and very relevant. And I'm happy. I have learned from you. You have learned from me. It's a good thing. I hope we continue this collaboration. The world will be better. Thank you, VC, sir. And the organizers of this conference, I want to say that you did marvelously well. And to my good friend, Dr. Pallavi, I don't know what to say, but you are such a great person. I would like to meet people like you again and again. I'm so happy, and I thank you. The awardees, I say congratulations to you, and keep it up. Thank you, everyone, and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Gabriela ma'am, for supporting us and for liking our hospitality, ma'am. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure.
Any other participants, if they want to speak up, please, you can share your.
May I?
Yes, please go ahead.
So, I'm Pulkit Sahu from KKM University, and I'm pursuing BTech. I'm right now in final year. So, in overall, it was a nice experience that everyone was sharing their experiences, like what they have learned here, and what are the skills they have developed in belonging to their papers, the sustainability development, and the digitalization, the various aspects I have explored though, and I would like to thank Dr. Bakhtawar Ahmed sir, with the help of sir, we have published our paper, and it was our first research paper. So we are very excited and created our presentation and all. So it was an overall nice experience. Thank you to ICFA University and our KKM University in order to get such a great chance. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Pulkit, for sharing your views. And I request all the participants, the feedback link will be shared in a short while in the chat box. So you can share your feedback in the link that will be provided in the chat box. So any other participants, if they want to share, otherwise we'll move forward with the program. So now we come to the end of the program, and I now request Dr. Pallavi Kumari, the Associate Professor from ICFA University, Jharkhand, to kindly propose the vote of thanks. Please, ma'am.
Once again, good evening to all of you. Thank you, Shweta ma'am. Good evening, and good evening to one and all present today in this valedictory function. Thank you so much, Professor O.R.S. Rao sir of ICFA University, Jharkhand, for motivating us to organize two-day international conference on digital transformation for sustainable business performance, being organized by Center of Digital Transformation, ICFA University. I'm thankful to Professor Arvind Kumar sir, Registrar, for providing all kind of administrative support and guidance. I'm also thankful to all the guests of honors, invited speakers, joining us both from national and international, for joining us and sharing their ideas and views about different dimensions drivers, indicators, and measures of digital transformation. Thank you once again, all, sir and madam, for joining us to make this event a great success. My special thanks to all the paper presenters and our students of ICFA University Jharkhand, also who have presented and participated in this conference to make it successful. Thank you for supporting us and helping us to coordinate with all of you in every stage of conference. We are thankful to senior faculty members, adjunct professors of the universities for guiding us for screening and evaluating the papers, all the faculty members of different departments of the university, and especially to all the moderators of different technical sessions for joining us in this two-day conference. My special thanks to the technical team for their fabulous coordination and support in organizing this conference smoothly. I'm confident that this international conference has helped us to gain insight of digital transformation and provided directions to all the stakeholders throughout the globe. Once again, I, Dr. Pallavi Kumari, on behalf of ICFA University Jharkhand, thanks all of you who have given their valuable time, their intellectual contribution for making this international conference a great success. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So that was Dr. Pallavi Kumari proposing the formal vote of thanks to all the participants, paper presenters, industry persons, students who have joined us and made this international conference successful. So I now again request Vice Chancellor Sir to please speak a few words and then we will be closing the session. Please, sir.
I would simply say thank you for all your active participation, and that encourages to organize more and more such conferences in the future. Because, even a movie producer, like what he looks for is the audience. When the spectators are there, when the participants are there, when more and more participants are there, I think, we get encouraged. And I would dare say that this was our first attempt to reach out to the international speakers and international audience. Earlier, yes, we had a few, but this time we tried to enlarge it. And likewise, we also try to make it, broad-based, getting into more functions and more industries. And our team, they have done a fabulous job. Dr. Barik and all our team members that are working with him, they've done a fabulous job. It would not have happened, but for the dedicated efforts of the entire team. So Dr. Barik, Dr. Mudadris Chak, Dr. Sudipta Majumdar, Dr. Subrat, all of them, they worked really hard. And similarly, like in fact, faculty like, Dr. Manish, Dr. Sweta Singh, and all of them, they reached out to various people across into that, And you have seen right now people saying that, like people like Dr. Pallavi, Dr. Suzanne. Dr. Suzanne also has reached out to various faculty members that are in UK that have contributed papers. For some reason, maybe they could not be present today. So that way, it's a team effort that has made it happen. And we look forward to more and more such things to happen in the future. So have a nice day, still the day saying. And have a nice weekend. We are on the Friday.
So before we close,
all of you,
sir, before we close, I request everyone to please switch on their camera so that we can have a group photograph as a memory. We will cherish it.
Sure.
So please, everyone, please, all of you switch on your cameras. We will have a group photograph.
Good. Good. I think Vivek Sharma ji, I think, in the first screen, I think, if it is possible, that only one. So great. So. Cheers. Cheers to all of you and all the best to all.
So, Thank you all, and now namaskar.